Hello everyone in ESR, Mike Magus here to do a little video about Entrylists. Entrylists are an optional part of ACC in the sense that you absolutely don't need one. There is... You can have a perfectly fun race without them, and as a result, most ACC users have no idea what they are or what they do, which is totally fine. However, to do certain things, such as establish the cup system that we use in 3D Speed and also the Enduro here at ESR, and also to change the numbers of cars, and also to make things a little bit more easy in a way, you can use an entry list. I've been asking for people to confirm their entry list for a while. You give me your Steam ID, your car number, your livery, etc., and we put that into the entry list, and then you are supposed to verify it. And a lot of people are like confused by that and so on, and it makes sense if it's something you've never dealt with before. So I figured a video would be something relatively valuable, or at least relatively simplistic to do. So what we have here is, this is the ESR Enduro entry list on my screen right now. And if we look at, here's me as far as the entry list is concerned. We have my player ID, which is my Steam number. Now, people be like, oh, I don't want to get a Steam number. Relax. The Steam number is purely an identifier. It has no security function. It has no value to be known by anybody but you. If this is the number that identifies you to a game via your Steam account. So if I can't log into your Steam account, this ID is completely useless. It is purely for identification purposes. Do not worry about it. We have my name. We have my little short name here, which I put in. MMA. The reason... Traditionally, it'd be MAG, but we have a lot of MAGs. We have Martino Maglioli. We have... is he the only one? He might actually be the only one. But anyways, there are other people who start with MAG, so we go with the MMA. And also, if you know me, mixed martial arts, baby! Your driving category here, that sets your number plate. So 1 equals silver, so I'll have the silver number plate as opposed to the white or the red number plate to identify me. There's also a black number plate, but with the entry list, I haven't figured out a way to make that happen, because it's not a driver category, it's a Pro-Am number plate, which is a combination of a amateur driver, so a bronze driver, and then a pro driver. As a result, I haven't figured out how to actually make that happen with an entry list, which is unfortunate. There's my race number, 206. I can force a car model here, in this case 19, that's the Audi R8 Evo. This helps out because it prevents you from joining in the wrong car. It will not prevent you from joining in the wrong livery. There's no way for me to do that, aside from if we do custom cars, which I don't like to do because the custom cars are problematic at best. This is just telling it to actually use this info as opposed to my actual info. I am a server administrator, so I don't have to log in as an admin. I just am an admin. You could also do default grid positions here, ballast, restrictor plate, custom car, like I said, override model for custom car, which is... I mean, if this is blank, this doesn't do anything. So, it can make it simpler, because if you're supposed to be driving a Porsche, for example, well, okay, let's just use me. If I'm trying to drive an Audi and I try to enter, or if I'm supposed to drive an Audi and I try to enter with a different car, it won't let me. So there is that help. All right, so when I say confirm the driver entry, the entry list, what do I mean? I mean that I need a screenshot of your game telling me all of this is working. If you'll note, I often will intentionally misspell names or add things onto the end of names as a way to find out if things are working. A lot of people are going into the server and then coming back being like, yeah, I can get in. No. That doesn't mean the entry list is working. Or, yeah, I'm in there with the number and the car I picked. If the number isn't being changed, like, for example, Robin Restek, let me know if I'm getting that right, is car number 22. But he's driving the Braun, the Jensen Rocket McLaren, which just is car 22. So if he pops in and has car 22, that doesn't tell me that the entry list had worked, because the 22 isn't being changed. It just, that is the number of the car. So, alright, so this is what is currently on the Enduro server right now. So let me show you the game to show you what I mean. Okay, so we're going to go in, we're going to boot up my game here, we're going to go in. This is also on display capture, so I think the quality might actually be worse, but it was the way to seamlessly transition here from game footage to... and also, I mean, the game footage here is really actually just going to be more or less the menu. So let's handle that. Okay. So I'm going to talk about a couple of additional things here as well. So here we are. All right, so first up, a lot of people are giving me their rating when I ask for their ESR rating, which is this ACC here, which is not loading right now, which is very inconvenient, and it does this sometimes. Let's try it again. Okay. When this works, you'll load up and you'll be like a gold or a platinum or a silver or a bronze driver. Problem is that the way this is calculated is all in-game results. So basically, let's say you're really, really fast in Race Room, for example, and we know that, but you just installed ACC and you're, doing air quotes here, a bronze driver. Let's be real, you're not really bronze, and that's why we don't use the Assetto Corsa rating. Also, it's a rating that can be ground, and I wish it was working right now, but it's refusing to. So anyways, you can see that my driver name here is Marshall Stewart. This is my usual Steam account. All it is that I changed the name here because this is the sit-down computer, the gaming computer, the non-sim rig computer. So if you ever have Marshall Stewart talking to you in ACC, that's just me under a different name. I'll usually be there in there as a spectator. Okay, so let's go to the multiplayer mode here. All right, so let's pick my car that I'm going to be using for the Enduro, which I don't remember which one of it is. It is in here because, oh wait, it's not even this one. It's the Attempto team, right? It is the last Attempto. There we go. So this is the car I picked. You note that it's car 66, Audi Sport car. Okay, so you see how it's 66, car assignment's there. My rating is not loading, which is annoying, but oh well. Okay. So let's go find the server. Now, sometimes this server list will hang, and a lot of people go, I can't find the server, I can't find the server! No, you can't find the server list at all. So you just go back and go back in. And man, ACC is kind of like doing me a dirty today. That is for absolutely sure. There we go. Okay, so ESR with the space. Why the space? Because it will only search for 4 characters or more. ESR won't generate anything. So there's the Enduro server. So you see that I'm lined up car 66, the Audi. I've got my password there, which I have from before. We connect. I've noticed that this is sometimes just wrong. See, you'll note that my car is now 206 as opposed to car 66. This tells me that the number was changed. You can also see my name was changed because I came in with the name Marshall Stewart and it's changed me to Michael Magus, or M. Magus in this case, but we know that it is Michael Magus. This tells me that the entry list is ready and working. What I would do, and also you can see that I have the silver number plate, which, believe it or not, in ACC, I am a gold driver. That is some bullshit. So I actually have, if it's not changed, I'd actually have the white number plate for a pro driver, and not the silver number plate. So at this point, I could take a screenshot of this, deliver it to the admin, and be like, hey, I'm good to go. And this is why I change the names oftenly, because that gives me an obvious indicator. So, for example, if Jeff joins the server, it'll be AJeff17. Chances are, that's not what Jeff put as his name. So that works nice and easily. We can easily pull it out there. And also, it would be good to have a shot of the car here. I don't remember how to change camera on this computer, so I'm not going to do it. But at the same time, I also know that there is no Audi 206 in the game. So, like, guaranteed it's working because we have a number that does not exist for that car. Alright, so that's all I needed from here. Let's just talk about a couple other things real quick, just while I'm doing this. Just some basic ACC functionality. Replays. A lot of people are not saving their replays. How do I know this? They keep asking me for replays. It's a bit of a biatch to disseminate the replay because you just can't send it on Discord, unfortunately. So I need to remember where it is. Here we are. Replay max length. Make sure that is greater than the race. And auto highlights. Or pardon me, not auto highlights. Auto save replay enable. Put that on. Save yourself some trouble. You can reduce the replay slots if you're worried about memory. So there's just overriding the same one over and over again. That can work. Unfortunately, it will not go for more than an hour and 15 minutes. That's going to be a problem with our 90-minute race. Because that is going to mean that we do need 2 separate replay files. So you will have to remember what your save replay command is, unfortunately. That being said, it'll still do... I think it'll still auto-save it, so that's fine. Okay. Is there anything else I want to chat about here? Not really anything else in the game comes to mind. That's about it. I will show one thing because I was asked this the other day, and my continual war with Matt Higgs in regards to his goddamn tendency to race as his dad. So this is your Assetto Corsa Competizione file. It's in your My Documents, wherever that happens to be. Now there's a folder here called Config, and there's a thing called Account here. Let me open that up. So this is my account here. You can see how it actually pulls in a Discord username, which is interesting. But you can see you can set your first name, your last name, your nickname. I don't know why it's set to Italy. I think that's the default country. But anyways, you can see how there's all this data here that determines who you are. A quick and easy way to have multiple people using the same computer, i.e. what Rochelle and Jack do, and what the Higgses do. And actually I discovered this because we had a racer a while back who had a sibling that was sharing the computer with them, and they didn't want to race under the same name. So we figured this out. Just make a copy of the account file and basically swap it out as needed. So you could have it saved elsewhere and drag it in, or you could just, like, you know, rename it like Stewart there. And then when I go back in, it'll recreate this file and let me do it again. Actually, might even do that on the screen here. And then the other thing is also, if you want your custom driver seat, there's this driver section here where it's your suit and your 2 co-driver suits, if you want. So I guess I'll just show you what that looks like. I mean, this is just going to be the basic account creation phase again. So I mean, it'll be nothing. But let's say I want Michael Magus and the Stewart account on the same computer. Let us say that I want that to be the case. Oh, it didn't even ask me for the new thing. Anyways, I just put my new name here, and you still keep your stats because that's linked to the Steam ID and everything. Oh, is the rating working? Rating. Nah, it's still not working. Still hanging. Boo! Like the one time I wanted to show that, and it's not working. Anyways, that's how you would do that, and that's why there's really no excuse for the whole bullshit of like, I'm being lazy and I'm just gonna race under a different name. No! Use your own Steam accounts also. Jesus. Anyways, there we go. That's really all I wanted to touch on here today. Just looking at this real quick to think if there's anything else. No, not really. So if you have if you have questions about Entrylists, still feel free to ask. I think people think that there is such a thing as a stupid question. It's not that it's a stupid question. It's that the answer is often located somewhere else, and you're just asking the admin because you don't want to look for it. And I mean, you're gonna see some like administrative stuff here. But if I go over to Discord and let's say, oh, what is the password for 3D speed? Server details here, guys. Like, the password will be there. Actually, the server's not even up right now. That's why I got to change it over to the next track for 3D speed. We just did the race last night. Went terrible for me. So there's nothing here right now. So let's go to the Enduro server instead. I need to reboot that. Oh, I did reboot that. Okay, so here, I'll even handle this. So I've got everyone in tagged to Enduro server. Enduro server is back up. Password is practice. Entrylist is updated. Please confirm your Entrylist is working by sending me a screenshot. I was going to do this later when I had this video uploaded because I want to link this video here. But we can do this as part of the video, I guess. So, by sending me a screenshot of your entry on the server. I.e. name, number plate. Thank you. There will be a video with details shortly. This will be up in like, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Maybe a little bit more. Depends how fast the internet wants to go. Is there anything else I want to add? I might as well. So, hang on. So I do have a list of people who are good to go and are not. So actually, hey, you can see the behind the scenes here. So anyone that is confirmed is somebody who has confirmed that their entry list is working. And anyone that is not, so let me sort this here. Sort by no, I don't want to sort by number. I want to sort by Entrylist. So all of these people have not confirmed that their entry list is working. The following still have to confirm their entry list is working. Oh, I guess I should get to the last thing. So, see down here, way down at the bottom, there's a force entry list option. This is why it is important to actually confirm, because when it comes to race time, I will force the entry list. This keeps people from entering that I don't want. This keeps people from sharing the password that I don't want. This keeps people from crashing the server. The password does that also, but of course we did have that incident back on these in the Sunday series when I was running it before Justin took it over, where someone actually did come with some other Steam account and did try to subvert the system. Not going to name any names, but there, some people know. Somebody did try to cheat, and this keeps that from happening to a degree, or at least makes you cheat smartly to the point where, it actually works. Okay, so I guess the big question is, okay, why can't I just do this and know that it works? The answer is quite simple. Look at this entry here and realize that if I delete that comma, it stops working. Everything stops working. And sure, it is my job to make sure that that doesn't happen. But you're double checking me. I am human. I am going to make that mistake at some point. And we don't want to learn day of the race that you can't get in the entry server because I don't know, let's say I don't know, I put the wrong number there for Jeff. I'm copying and pasting it, so it really, it shouldn't happen, but it can happen. I should just let's just make sure we have that right. Yeah, it is a 6. Okay. It can happen, or it could be missing that I could maybe delete that quotation mark by accident, or I put the wrong number here, I put the wrong rating here, I spelt your name wrong. Like, that could absolutely happen. There are a number of things that can go wrong within the creation of this that we need to double check. And it doesn't feel like it's asking too much for you to actually log on to the practice server and see if everything is working, and then do practice. Like I feel like everyone should be practicing for the lead up to these enduro races, at least some. Like, I'm not saying, guys, you need to do 12 hours of practice on the server just to race. No, but you should do like an hour to get used to the acclimatization of the ping of the server, the feel of the server, the specifics of that multiplayer session, because that prepares you for the best result for yourself and the best result for others. Because we're having a pandemic to a certain degree in the ESR community of people showing up and ruining other people's races through, be it driver skill, be it lack of preparedness, be it not knowing the track, be it having a high ping and not knowing it, sort of thing. And these can all be avoided by just doing homework, basically. What is your ping like? If you're alone on the server and your ping is spiking into the red, we need to investigate if we can fix that, because it's going to be a lot worse with other people on the server. I guess the last thing I'll touch on here is, because I'm getting the question, and I've said this before, custom liveries. So what is the problem with custom liveries? I love the idea of custom liveries because it allows for a creative expression for our drivers and a way to really personalize the cars and do some really cool stuff. If you look at what we did last season with 3D Speed, Justin Swan did some absolutely fantastic work with some liveries. They looked beautiful. They looked great. I raced one of them. His Nissan ones were great. It was beautiful. He did some great work with a Ferrari for Keir O'Neill as well. It was fantastic. And I would love to be able to use that in every series we do. The problem is that my theory is that because of a compromise between the licensing department of ACC, the legal department, as it were, and the coders, custom liveries are, and again I'm doing air quotes, not supported. This means that they work, but they don't work well. Whereas most games will optimize custom liveries either through the loading before you load into the server of your custom livery documents, or only loading when you're in the pit lane, sort of thing. I know Race 07 used to do that. If you were out on track and somebody joined with a custom livery, they would just be a blank red car for a bit, and then if you went to the pits, it would then load the livery. They don't do that here. Your custom livery is loaded while people are driving, and this causes their games to ping spike. Not ping spike, because it's not an internet thing. Processor spike. Whether it's the GPU or the CPU, I don't know. But one of the processors in the computer will spike the performance and ruin the lap they're on, possibly cause an illegal lap. Could, even in a really bad circumstance, like say the middle of the Laguna Seca corkscrew, cause them to crash. This can happen with regular cars too, because it does the same thing with the licensed official liveries as well. But it's a lot smaller. I'm putting my hands together as if you can see them. But it's a lot smaller. It's like it's a very unnoticeable processing spike when it is a licensed livery. Even a blank custom car, because I've had people ask, well, they just don't have to install the custom livery and then they'll just get a blank car and it'll all be fine. No. Even that processor spikes. Like, that is the level of I'm assuming to a degree intentionality that ACC has done to kind of curb custom liveries. The smaller you make it, you can make it less and less noticeable, but like the truth of the matter is it's still a disruption that some people find incredibly distracting. And if it is at the wrong time, it can be really bad. It can literally destroy someone's race, somebody's run, etc. And that is why I don't do it. I'm not going to say that all ESR servers are not going to do it, because it's up to the discretion of the administrator. But for the enduro race, for the 3D speed race, don't do it. And certainly don't do it if you haven't cleared it with the admin. Because I do know that there is someone on the Sunday series who is bringing a custom car in, and having discussed it with Justin, that's not really actually supposed to be happening. I'm going to leave it to Justin to actually hunt that down and explain that. But I'm just saying that it has happened. All right, so that's the end of this little instructional / rant. I hope this clears up some items in regards to Entrylists. I hope this eliminates some of the questions, because I was getting a lot of them. And it was enough that made me think, okay, this has not been explained enough or thoroughly. Words just aren't, like text on Discord just isn't making it clear. And this video hopefully will fix this. And I can reuse this every time we use an entry list. So that'll be cool. Hopefully at some point I can figure out how to do cup categories with the entry list and get the nationality set, or at some point they add it to it. That would be nice, because it does feel a little bit crappy that we're doing this and then we're getting rid of the flag aspect. Like the Canadian flag won't fly for me on a custom list server. That's a little annoying. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's a little annoying. And then the Pro-Am stuff only really matters if we get into driver swaps, but still it would be good to know. Anyways, that's all I got for this round. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask them. Feel free to ask them on this video. Ask me on Discord, whatever. We can try and answer them. If this leads to more videos, it leads to more videos. And that is perfectly fine, as long as people are going to use them.